Well, hi guys, what's going on? Hanging out with the dog, finding her face off as usual. It's 4:20. Actually, it's 4:40 in the afternoon on Thursday, the 15th of January. There's no chance of catching ass with this dog. But catching up with the news, the story altogether, especially when I'm checking out the podcast and checking out the tubes and see what's going on. I'm listening to the politics, but there was one thought that was getting on my mind. Don's family vacation, where Don is undergoing another round of cancer treatment for his lungs. This curse on him will not alleviate either by chemotherapy or by surgery or by any other means. I'd listened to this guy talking about his own cancer issues and his previous employment before he got into cruising, before he became a travel agent and became one of those megastars out there in the cruising community, where he's developed a lot of following, supporters, family. Don Terrace, my thoughts and prayers are for you, my friend. I've never met you on the seas. I've never met you in person. I wish to God I had. You're one of those guys that kept me going during the COVID, wanting to go out there and experience the sea again. Maybe for one last time in my own damn life. Or maybe more than that, I hope. I love you, man. She is too, but she's just being a whiner baby. The mama's dog. Okay. Speaking about the dogs on the political route. This past few days we've had Department of Agricultural Secretary, whatever the hell her name is, whoever the hell she is, going on one of the media outlets out there and talking about how cheap it is. The prices are still going down after 1 year, and she doesn't understand what the fuck she's talking about. But she's saying $3 you can get a corned piece of tortilla and a piece of chicken and broccoli and something else for $3. I'm like, where the hell is she shops then? And where's she getting all this shit from in the first place? $3, huh? What? If you're going to be talking to a college student, I will tell you about $3. Very rare few things that you will actually be able to afford. Maybe a piece of produce if you're lucky. Maybe a banana if you're lucky, or some other vegetable. A bag of ramen noodles. It's still cheap out there, at least I think. Happen to go to liquor stores and you happen to go to local markets. I got one major market out here and another smaller markets out there. Off brands, but they'll feed your ass anyway. I go through a delivery service because I'm about 2 or 3 miles away from the local big market. I would have to spend money for transportation up and back, or try to walk 700 yards to a place to get the cheapest processed foods, because they don't have natural. All artificial crap. If you're lucky, you got spoiled bananas. Just put on your cereal the next day or that day. I've got grocery outlet and I've got Dollar General, which also does mostly processed, and if you're lucky, maybe some natural stuff that isn't expired or spoiled. Grocery outlet we have, but the major is Albertsons. Let me go through grocery outlet for you. Let's talk about this, shall we? Now, I am a college student. Past couple of semesters or more, I've been doing it online because I had to take care of her. Fussing and fuming and driving me nuts at the same damn time. Somebody's got to watch after her. Her health is, she got blind, she got deaf, she's getting crippled. And she's getting more and more dependent upon me carrying her all over the damn place. But let's just say, let's just do $3, okay? I'm also going to be doing Amazon. Now, don't get me on this one here, but you're going to get me on this one, right? I'm getting my computer set up so I can look at Amazon. I can look at Albertsons. With or without the dog having a conniption fit. And without her taking a crap on me. I'm going to leave this recording going on for a couple of seconds while I take care of a couple of things real fast. So if you happen to see anything crawling around, have a conniption fit. Light on. Yeah, my feet's still killing me, thank you very much, but I got doctor's appointments coming up, so what the fuck. Alrighty. Maybe a little bit lighting, maybe a little more shadowing. We have plenty of boys and girls? Probably not. Alrighty. Okay, so let's try a grocery outlet. $3. She says tortillas. How much is a package of tortillas? Hang on. Are we talking about corn or are we talking about flour? Corn tortilla. Okay, was it processed here or is it processed somewhere else? Depending on which particular brand that you happen to get. So, for tortillas, we got the flour of Mission, and they're $3.39 for a 10 count. Get my calculator up. Okay, 3.39 divided by 10. Okay, we got 33 cents, or 34 cents actually, for a flour tortilla. Corn tortilla, we've got 80 count for $4.59. And this is white corn. You like yellow or white corn? Doesn't matter. To me, it tastes the same. It's like eating hominy. Cans of hominy. Hominy. Growing up as a kid, you knew that stuff. It was just processed corn in a can. You eat it with butter. All you can do is eat it with butter instead of squishing it around, making it into something. So let's go for the 80 count. $4.59 divided by 80 count. And that would be about 57 cents. Or is it 6 cents? 6 cents. 6 cents, okay. I'm going to get that cleared up. I want to take a look at the flour again one more time. Even though it's $3.39 at a 10 count. Okay, it's still 34 cents. So the corn tortillas would be a lot cheaper, right? Did you want that crispied for the tortillas? Because the 22 count is basically $3.19. So let me see something here. Divided by 22. Try that again. Okay, 3 point divided by 22. Okay, so the crispy processed is 15 cents. There's a yellow corn tortilla bag of 24 count for $2.79. And that's about 17 cents. No, I take that back, 12 cents a count. So yes, it is possible to get a corn tortilla for a little bit of a price. However, for $3 that she's talking about, you have to spend to get the larger count or even the smaller count. What's she talking about? I don't know. I think she's talking out of her ass. Okay. And we got various forms out there, but you know, you see the range. Between 12 cents, 20 cents, something like that. Okay, so, piece of broccoli. Just a piece of broccoli. So the bunch that you got for that, it's either in a bag for about $3.50. They got processed, they got frozen. My question is, where's the fresh? And this is over at Grocery Outlet. Okay, here we go. Now we got it. Uh-oh. I got a problem. For some of this stuff, for fresh baby broccoli, for a 10 ounce, it's $3.99. We're talking about $4. For 4 Earth Farm Organic Broccoli Florets. Florets, guys. For the 12-ounce bag, it's $4.29. Currently. Said before, this is January 15th, Thursday. Almost 5 o'clock at night. Okay? Of course, if you want celery for one batch, or costs $1.49, and mini petite carrots for a 12-ounce bag, it's $2.29. Okay. So, that's tortilla. I didn't say anything about chicken yet, have I? She said a piece of chicken. What piece we're talking about? What size? And burger. Yes, I know. You just want to be fussed. You're fussy. All right. So I put chicken in there, knowing that there's going to be a lot of products using the name chicken in it. But I'm still waiting for the horror story to come out of it. For $3. $3. Lady clearly has not any idea of how to fucking shop for an ag secretary. He doesn't know her ass from a hot rock. I put chicken in there, just in general, and I got a ton of either using the chicken in this thing or chicken in that thing, or not the whole frickin' chicken. Here we go. Chicken thighs. Estimated 5 pounds to be $8.95. Right now, what they have is $1.79 per pound for several of those thighs. You're not going to crap on me, dog. Okay? That's just Grocery Outlet. I haven't even covered Albertsons yet. So here I am in Albertsons. Okay. I want to start up with the chicken. Now, it comes in many forms over at Albertsons. Processed, raw, fried, canned, in stuff, in processed foods, in chicken and noodle stuff, even in a 4.5 ounce, a small 0.45 ounce can, $3.49. And that one was from the store brand. you know, salty, brained water, just to keep it alive and then it can for time. And then you have nearly the same stuff, but under the label of Swanson. $7.99 for a 12.5 ounce can. That's a little larger than the other one I mentioned. Okay, you're getting this? Or if you still want the canned stuff, 4.5 and a 4 count. That's $13.89. I never mentioned anything about the chicken if it's whatever. I gotta check in the brands first. You guys are getting a little bit of an education here. I mean, I went to grocery outlet. It's supposed to be a little bit cheaper than Albertsons, and yet their processed chicken is more than what $3 would for a piece of broccoli, a piece of chicken, on a corn tortilla, and for $3 you can have this. She thinks we're stupid. Even I can figure the shit out. I know that chicken's more than that crap. Processed chicken's a hell of a lot worse. And whole chicken, well, forget it. You got 20 bucks on you? Maybe with 20 bucks you're able to get a floret of broccoli. Maybe you're going to get a package of tortilla, of corn tortilla. And for the most part, it's going to be for the chicken. Depending on which particular chicken we're talking about here. I'm going to put in whole chicken, okay? Whole chicken. I'm still at Albertsons. I'm still going through DoorDash. I haven't said anything about the processing fees on this one. I'm just going through the groceries here. Okay, so whole chicken. And it's got the process coming out. However, I got a package. A 3.12 pound boneless, skinless breast with rib meat. I did say 20 bucks, right? There it goes right there. Okay, how about this one? How about this one? How about roasted chicken? Traditionally whole roasted chicken. I get that on a constant basis. It's $10.39 for 30 ounces. So let me try something on this one, okay, guys? Let me try this one. So I want $10 divided by, sorry about that, yes. Okay. I don't know how you're going to be able to measure this one out. I mean, for $10.39, sometimes the chicken's a little bit smaller, sometimes a little bit larger, but it comes around that kind of size anyway. So, me doing $10.39 divided by 30, I got 0.346 and a whole slew of threes. So it's basically 35 cents, roughly, a small piece. But you have to get the whole damn chicken. Well over $3. Do I really need to go for the tortillas now and the broccoli? Let me go for the broccoli at least. Let me go for the broccoli. Okay, we got frozen, we got florets, we got the stems. What do you want? Well, in a package from Taylor Farms, broccoli florets, a 12-ounce bag is $3, $2.99, but $3. Okay, for the fresh, $1.67 each, roughly almost a pound. $1.67 each for the crown. And you could turn part into florets if you had to. But that's fresh. Okay, do we have time to do something else such as tortilla? Not mentioning about anything else, just getting tortilla, okay? Flour, corn, doesn't matter. I got the chips, I got everything else popping out like crazy. What I'll need, let me do a, not relevance, but from low to high this time on the sort matter, okay? Now, for 6 tortillas, flour, for a 10 count, that's $2.29. Anybody can do the math on this one? It's about 22, 23 cents right there. For mission, different one altogether, but still the same count, still processed flour. It's $2.99 for a 10 count. We're talking about 3, and so we're talking about 30 cents. But it's still $2 more. I mean, it's just, for once, the cheapest they got for another off-brand is $2.29, right, for the 10 count. And the mission, this is just for flour, is $2.99. Now for the corn, they do got the processed tostada, fried, and that's $2.99, and that's 22 count right there. Let me do some. Yeah, you just want to be a pain in the ass. Okay, so we're talking about 14 cents for a fried, pieced, processed tostada. Corn, actually. For corn white tortilla, king size, for a 30 count, it's $2.99. Shall we do calculations on that one too? Should we? And that is 10 cents a piece. But you gotta buy the whole package, which is $3. And I put this on the cheapest. I put this on low to high in my sorting here. So when this but this Department of Ag, Twitzel, said for $3 you could put a piece of chicken, broccoli, and a tortilla. What's she trying to think about? A street taco? Is that what she's trying to do? And one other thing. What's the other thing? Because she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. How much would a street taco be anyway, depending on what you got anyway? Okay, so. Price. Oh, come on. Thank you. Comparison of street tacos. Depending on who you go through. They got a lot of articles about this one, huh? Pricer.org. I'm sorry, thepricer.org. How much does one taco cost? How much does it cost? Let's find out. I'm almost coming up on my limit right now on my video. How about we do another one?